I was running. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Hey, Jack. Welcome to the den. You were supposed to be den at 10. Had a last minute situation came up that I was not made aware of early enough. So, hey, we're going to make it shake. But I told you I'm going to give y'all early den, so we're going to get the early den in, and everything should be back on track for the rest of the week. I'm your host, Ed Honcho, man. I thank you for joining. It's morning for some of y'all, afternoon for the rest of y'all. It is an honor and a privilege to get to chop it up with you today. We're going to talk about, are we wrong about rights? And what I mean by that is, these days a lot of things have been going on. Some legislation has recently been passed, and what you're starting to hear is, this is my rights. It's my right to do this and my right to do that. Everything is everybody's right, But I don't think we're right about rights. I think we may be wrong about some of these rights. So we're going to kind of dive into a couple of things, and then we're going to open up the line. I want to know what you guys feel and what you guys are thinking. But, hey, man, make sure you hit that like button. If you true to this, if you're new to this, hit that subscribe button and the like button. Den Show Live on all the proper social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to send an email, denshowlive@gmail. If you got something you want to share with your boy. Yeah, if you ever want to call, then the deadline will be open, but also you can call 833-284-3336. Again, 833, the number 2, the den. If you want to leave a voicemail when we're not live or anything like that, feel free to do so. I'll try to check those as much as possible. If you want to donate to the channel, you can always make a one-time donation via Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And if you want to consider a monthly pledge to help and grow the channel, go to patreon.com/The Den Show. With that being said, man, let's get into it. Let's talk about some things. Let's discuss some things, right? So everything is a right. Everything is, my God-given right. Everything I want to do, I can do what I feel. But before we get into that, let me talk about one thing that's a little bit more important. Let's see who we have joining us this afternoon. Let's get a live chat. We live at 5, not that top chat shit. I know some people checking in early. And they was like, what happened to the time? Beyond the Funny Nasty Culture, AB, Vici, Female Pimp. I'll boo it at 10. I'll do that first thing in the morning. You got to get that up out your system so you can you be light on your feet for the rest of the day. DeMarcus, yes, I see what Moore is up to. James Harden, Jerry Key. Let me see Vici, let's see, Culture, Jason S, let's see, Prepaid, what's the motherfucking deal? AB, I don't know I'm fucking the name, I'm gonna just rhyme his song, I'm guessing, but damn, a 45-minute ad, fuck that. And Female Pimp, go check your track. Some old school Mac. Temple of Black Eroticism, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Michael Luna, what's the motherfucking deal? Shenanigans. Already. Look, see y'all just attacking my boy Mike, man. We gotta stop the nonsensicals. I don't know if that is, I don't know if that bring him back or not. Beyond 1676, what's the motherfucking deal? DeMarkey over there hating. DeMarkey is hating. Somebody still watching the show right now calling him DeMarkey. Professor Trio, man, I was trying to fix the thing, man. That's why I saw free prepaid, and then I got to fucking with the dilly deal. Eastside Hero, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Hey, look. All right. Y'all gonna stop with the hating on my boy Prepaid, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a nickname, DeMarkey, look. No, if my name was DeMarcus, I wouldn't want no host calling me DeMarkey. But let's talk about rights, man. What are your rights? What are your opinions? And correct me if I'm wrong. We have the Constitution, we have the Bill of Rights, we have the amendments, and so that's kind of the guidelines in which we live by, right? And some of us feel like we're outside the law, and you have the sovereign citizens, you have a variety of different beliefs, okay? And that's fine. I mean, you're entitled to, like Mike said, live your truth, but you got to deal with whatever consequences come with that, right? Got to go get some ice. What kind of ice cream, and do you get a cup or a cone? This is important. I must know. But let me bring that up. That's what I meant to do. All right. Okay. So let's bring this up here. Your Bill of Rights. That's what I want to look at. And I ain't gonna sit here and act like I got it. Well, now, sloppy cone. Hey yo. Let's talk about it, right? So your Bill of Rights. You have freedom of religion, speech, and the press. Okay. You have the right to bear arms. The housing soldier, where you're not going to be forced to house soldiers, head and shoulders, soldiers, against your will, protection from unreasonable searches and seizures, which is a thing that, we can talk about. What is that? Stop and frisk. That's very questionable in some places, but it is what it is. You have, what is the rights to life, liberty, and property? So it means you can own shit, without going through the process of law. You can't get your shit jacked from you. You have rights when you're accused in criminal cases, so, being judged by a jury of your peers and must be informed why you're doing all that stuff. Similar in civil cases. Let's see. Excessive bail, fines, and punishments are forbidden. And that can be... Bail can be a questionable thing. And then you got other rights kept by the people, and then you have undelegated powers kept by the states and the people. So I guess that's what would be your states' rights and things of that nature. But the reason why I get into this is because we've had some serious conversations, and some of those have been people say, well, it's my right, my body, my right, so they should have the right to an abortion. Some people feel like they should have the right to drive without needing a license or anything of that nature. Sad story. Chick in Miami, exotic dancer, just killed 3 young Haitian boys. They were on their way to a soccer camp. And they were at the bus stop like 5:30 in the morning. I don't know where she was coming from, but she'd had multiple moving violations. And she ran them over, killed them, had no idea that she even did it. And so when they kind of interviewed her about it, and the funny thing is that she's killed these boys, but they don't put the face out there. Let it would be any other way around. That's why I say you women, y'all get some special treatment. She killed these young boys, face not out there, no mugshot, no nothing. And they interviewed her, and she was just like, oh, I'm coming out of an accident. It's a bunch of me, I. And doesn't sound like she had very much remorse, because she's justifying it. But if she's had several moving violations, so she's a terrible driver. But there's people out there who say, well, we don't need no license. Yes, the fuck we do. We need a license. After reading that story and seeing all this shit, like, you need to make sure that motherfuckers can drive. That's that. But these rights, and some people feel like they've been denied rights. Don't get arrested, right? I'm not going to say anything without my attorney present. You have rights when dealing with the law. And I'm sure there's a lot of other little things, but there's just certain things that people do not have to acquiesce to. And a lot of this starts with these identity politics and things that they're starting to change. You see over in Europe how they're handling this matter. I just actually posted a story about, the transgender track situation. But there's a thing called dead naming that I've recently learned about. And now you have to respect, transgender rights. So if they want to be going by a new name, if you call them that old name, you can get jail time, right? Shout out to prepaid, man. Look, I gotta look. We gonna get you some proper protections here. And so my thing is like, that's kind of like forcing somebody to subscribe to a religion that they don't believe in. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, right to live outside in the country and avoid the unrealistic nonsense they pack to a city. Yeah, I think more people should take that up. But my thing is, again, if I don't believe in this and I feel like, one way, why do I have to, succumb to your beliefs? If I'm supposed to have the right to believe in what I choose and what I want, and you just one day wake up and say, you know what? I'm a woman today, but I've been calling you Larry for the last 30 years. But now all of a sudden Larry wants to be known as Larissa because he's wearing sundresses and shit. It's terrible visual. But why can't I still call you Larry? What is wrong with that? That's what you've been known as for so long. You know what I mean? It's just, again, now people are going to jail for not buying into other people's beliefs. Biological science, we can talk about all the things that go into it. I guess there's no right to believing in facts. But all I'm saying now is that I think these days, especially with the generations that are getting more and more dependent, it seems, more and more depressed, more and more socialist, and that's the thing, free speech. There's a study saying that most college students, or not most, but it's trending to where most college students don't even believe in free speech anymore. You know what I'm saying? Where Cassie, what's the motherfucking deal? You got call police on you for tweet. Yeah, that's the crazy stuff. You can go to jail for tweeting. You can go to jail for dead naming. You just shenanigans, pure shenanigans. But again, America's not far behind with the mentality that a lot of the younger, and when I say younger, I don't mean to label all of you. I know if you fucking with the den, you gotta have some kind of, some of y'all little niggas with the weird names don't. But for the most part, I think that if you're fucking with the den and you're of a younger age, I think you have to have some type of sensibility about yourself. So when I say younger generation, I'm not adding all of y'all in. Some of y'all are in. But you should know this. But that they're saying a lot of college students are trending towards not wanting free speech. I think it's something like 46% or something like that are saying that they would choose not to allow free speech if it includes what they quote unquote call hate speech. And that would be, I guess, racial slurs or, I would add dead naming and all that other stuff in there. Not using the proper pronouns is considered hate speech. Man up, what's the motherfucking deal? Darren, what's the motherfucking deal? And that's terrible because these college kids become the adults, and some of these little dummies start having kids super early, and they spread that ideology to their children. And then, like I say, in a generation or so, probably by the next generation, if not in this generation, all of that shit is going to be wiped out. That's why they're working on the kids now. That's why they're putting the shit in the cartoons and stuff now. And again, I don't want it to be misconstrued and misunderstood. Whatever your lifestyle choice is, whatever you choose to do, embrace it 100%. But don't force someone else to have to believe in it. If you're Christian and you don't like the fact that I cuss a lot, I'm not going to force you to believe, hey, you got to fucking listen to me cuss, goddamn. No, I'm not going to force you to do that. Don't listen to me. Do something different. If you are whatever, atheist, you shouldn't be forced to have to believe in a particular religion or whatever it may be. But that's what it is when you're telling somebody that they have to subscribe to someone else's beliefs. Again, I'm not judging anybody based on their sexual orientation, race, just whatever their beliefs, if they buying Bitcoin or not, I'm fucking with y'all. But I don't care. I honestly don't care. I really don't care. I'm going to respect you no matter what, right? You was at UTSA when the Kansas order came. Yeah, man, that was, wow. That's crazy stuff. That's crazy stuff. I just saw that shit. But did you see the video recently, though, at UTSA? And that shit was hilarious to me. where it was supposed to be some group was supposed to come protest, but they never even showed up. So they attacked a little white dude in a MAGA hat, and then they all got arrested. Like 3 or 4 of them got arrested. They got to crying. You just snatched this man's hat off his head and start stomping on it. He's just walking through campus. He wasn't even doing nothing. But because the alleged protesters that were supposed to come through there didn't, they were just attacking anybody, right? And, you know, then they were pushing on him and all this stuff. And the laws were like right there. That shit was pure comedy to me. Like, what did they say? You haven't articulated my, you haven't articulated my arrest or whatever they were saying. I'm like, yeah, go see how that works for you. Because they still go handcuff your motherfucking ass. And they still finna fucking throw your ass in the little local jail or wherever they finna take you out. That shit was fucking funny. And then one of them was I don't even know which way they're going, which direction they're going these days. I don't know if they're going to man to woman, woman to man, but one of them had one of those weird names, and when I saw the mugshots, I was like, that explains it. That definitely explains it. My thing is this, man. My thing is this. Again, whether I agree with you or disagree with you, I'm not a person who is going to impose or force you. We can have a sensible discussion. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It is only when I feel like my personal safety or the safety of my family has become threatened that we have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, man, you say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm not finna get upset with you. I'm not finna say, well, you don't deserve it. Like, I don't care what anybody does. I really don't. We talk about what is most sensible for certain groups in the den quite often. Now, if I'm a part of that particular group, then I would like for them to do better because of the residual effect that it would probably have on me or how people, you know, approach the whole situation, or even for the group as a whole, if maybe they change some of their behaviors. And it could be a variety of different things that we're talking about here. But I can't force anybody. I can withdraw from, you know, associating with them. That's a thing you can do. But as far as people trying to, like you say, overtalk people, tell people what they have to do, it's crazy because it's a lot of it's on one side saying, hey, well, we don't want this, this, and this. But then if you don't agree, then they try to force you into their beliefs. But that's a whole different thing. Anyway, I'm gonna open up the line, man. I want to just talk. Let's talk about rights. Okay, you know, used to be a thing called not manifest destiny. That was from going from one side of the country to the other. What was the other thing? What was the other thing when the fucking government could come in and just jack you for your property? I can't remember the name of that shit. But that's a thing too. Say college of defense social propaganda while suppressing others, but colleges also put people into so much debt they can't afford a house. Man, that's my thing. Your professor's telling you how all this shit is bad while you're paying his salary, right? And you make it so he can live a particular lifestyle while he's telling you that lifestyle is bad and you eating that shit up. So, eminent domain, thank you. That's what it is, eminent domain. Appreciate it, Belmore. And I think it still exists to an extent. Now, martial laws, when they put and kick those on everybody's shit. But they ran that shit, y'all remember in Boston when, who was it, the Boston bomber or whatever, they was looking for him. They showed y'all how that shit gonna work. If y'all ain't seen videos from that shit, you better get your ass ready. That's why them motherfuckers stockpiling on all the weapons and shit. Because look, if you have not seen a video from that shit, man, you better go watch that. When they was going from house to house, searching through them houses, looking for them, and they was running up at everybody's shit, making them get up out their house. Expect that to happen if you are not prepared. Anyway, like I said, let's open up some of these. Let's open up the line, man. Let me get everything properly acclimated here. Again, hit that like button. Don't be afraid of that like button. It likes you too. You hit that like button, it'll like you back. Then show live on all the proper socials. Slide to the left. Cha-cha now, y'all. I'm real upset about the cargo net thing. We was talking to Jay Dizzle last night. These ain't have cargo nets and pogo sticks. The children are being deprived. Okay. I mean, I needed to ask about jump ropes. Like, what is really going on? All right. guess let me put this thing on right here. Let me put the, I forgot what I got it under. Oh, right. All right, cool. Yeah, let me cut that off so we can save people's ears. But yeah, so like I said, that there's so much tomfoolery going on in the world. Like right now, talk about rights. We talk about a big issue is transgender rights, and it was like I said, I just kind of recently just did a video on that like a few minutes ago. So if y'all haven't seen that, after the stream, check it out. And then there's a link in the description of that stream that you have to check out, because even with this transgender right thing, the person, yeah, the Rockets going all in, man. They're gonna do what it do. They're gonna make it do everything. They look. I wish the Texans were half as aggressive. This ain't South Sports, goddammit. Here's my thing, man. But the thing is about this transgender thing, right? If y'all don't see this game, the transgender game is the emasculation of men, the weakness. They can't win as men, so they decide to be female champions. Can't wait till the first transgender WWE wrestling champion comes about. That should be real interesting. I'm waiting for that to happen. But like I said, it's about a guy named Craig. And all right, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Cough drops for lunch. That's terrible. And Craig last year was a decent track runner, a decent male track runner for Franklin Pierce University. Now, he's a world-class female athlete. World class. Just went from a 9th place, 10th place ass track guys, man, to #1 women's athlete. #1. We just saw back in October, the guy on the bike won it all. Some weightlifter identifies as a woman, sets all the weightlifting records. Like, this is what we accept in the world. This is the nonsense that we're supporting. This is the nonsense that we're pushing. Look, you need to have your own class for transitioning. Now about trans age thing, bro, that's man, I'm telling you, that pedophilia thing is going to be a thing real soon. Man, what the faces? Did you see their faces? It was a still shot. Oh man, and they just like, it's funny because I wish that I could just read the minds of these women before they race these niggas who claim that they are transgenders that are running these track meets. Man, I'm like, it's like they know it's over before it's over. They're just sitting there thinking about, well, I guess I could get 2nd place, maybe hopefully 3rd. And it's just like their faces. It was just like they're sitting in there. You can tell, because women folk, y'all say what y'all want to, but y'all are emotional. So this already, you already see it on their face. Just like, this is fucked up. This is so fucked up. And it's just like, man. I'm telling y'all, when them 2 niggas was running in Connecticut, dog, after that shit, I'm telling you, them white girls called them motherfuckers so many homophobic and racial slurs under their breath. I know it for a fact. If you just seen the displeasure on their faces, I don't even blame them. I don't even blame them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm laughing. That shit is, man. And the fucked up thing about it, man, no, he didn't win the marathon. Everybody runs slow when you cry. But the fucked up part about it, though, is that in some of them events, he barely beat him. Like, barely. It was a couple of them events where he barely, like the hurdles, he smoked them. And I think the 200 he did decent. But I think in like one of them 60s or something like that, it was one, he was only like he barely beat that motherfucking ass. I'm like, come on, Craig, CC, whatever the hell you is. But the thing about it, in that video, I shared a link to another channel. And this motherfucker, like, you was a whole dude probably a year ago, less than a year ago, whatever. You were running as a man last track season, so the track season ain't over with. So probably about less than a year ago, then all of a sudden you decided, well, I'm going to my senior year. It's time for me to be a woman. I guess I can try to set some type of accolades. And all of a sudden now, you went from a dude to, you know that you're a female. You don't even identify as trans. You're just a female. And this person is saying, well, you don't even really know what's down there until you get to know him, until you get to, man, look, I, as a man, am not playing no fucking guessing games, man. I'm not for the TR, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Look. Like, I'm not finna play guessing game, get you killed. Like, that's what happened. Like, that's what you gotta understand. Like, you're playing games with people, right? You're playing games with people. And for those who may not be in the know, you might think it's gonna be one of them Jerry Springer outcomes, y'all scuffling on the stage and you throwing chairs and Steve gonna come out and save your ass. Nah, man, when you playing games in the real world, motherfucker be willing to meet it and it will do something to you. And then all of a sudden it's not right. But yeah, when you playing with somebody's beliefs and their sexuality and all that other stuff, you know, man, look, it ain't what it is, man. So, man, look, it is what it is, man. You said Love and Hip Hop had a trans dude star, so wow. The topic is rights, but you know, sometimes we in the den we carry over. We're talking about trans rights. We're talking about now about them participating as athletes in some of these events. Again, hey, you want to be whatever you want to be throughout the day, fine. But when you actually, you know, I'm all about women's rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tier here. You know, we got tiers as to right. Look at first men's rights. We got to get our shit together. You know, then the lady folks. Then, you know, everybody else who new to the party can get their stuff together. So we're talking about rights. We're talking about everybody's rights. that's the topic, doctor. But the thing about this is, when to validate your rights, you have to impose on someone else, which is the women. You know. Taking a knee work vocabulary, everybody, all of them. That's what they all. Man, that's what. Look, Prepay told y'all a while back. Women, y'all got to start taking some L's. If y'all want to fix this problem, y'all gonna have to take an L. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In this situation, you might be able to avoid. You know what I'm saying? That's a black man. That's a old swole nigga. But y'all might have to take. Y'all might not have to take the 10-piece with the biscuit, but y'all might have to take a knee. Just when the race start, just everybody take a knee and just let that motherfucker run. That's what they need to do. They need to get to whispering. You know how women be doing whispering behind each other, playing Mean Girls and all that other stuff. Man, Sticky, what's the motherfucking deal, man? I hope you've been good, brother. You know, and that's the thing, man. So that's what they need to do. That's what women all across the way need to start doing. Like, and I tell people this. Like, I'm not saying this to say that they don't deserve it, but it's going to have to be handled in a different way. Because unfortunately, no, you're not a woman. You may feel feminine, but you're not a woman. You know, if you sit the line not working, oh, okay. You know what? I might have fried it because I know I set the time on. Let me boot this up. Hold on. You know, players fuck up. Let me see. Cause I put that timer on it because folks was, you know, calling at 3 in the morning and shit. Like niggas don't be sleeping. I know most of the time I was streaming, I'd be up at like 3 in the morning, but now I actually go and get sleep and I'm better for it. Let me see, let me I think it's extension. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's get that off right now. Okay. I cut the whole damn thing off. My fault. Let's do it like this. Okay. It should be kosher now. Oh, this shit all fucked up. I ain't getting no damn messages. I got the shit misspelled. My email all fucked up. I was wondering, because they used to fucking email me the fucking voicemail. I was wondering what happened to it. Okay. Alright, so it should be kosher now. I fixed the time on it. Let me I'm gonna exit out and bring it back in. But yeah, man. Yeah, you know, the thing about that is, let me see, so you can't hear. Hold on, let me turn it up. Let me turn them shits up. But it might be too loud. Let me know how that sounds. But again, like I said, you know, the thing about it is this. The thing about it is this, right? I don't wish ill upon any of these people. And it may sound that way. But I don't wish tomfoolery, the witchcraft, the shenanigans. It's not right for you to be deceptive towards someone. And so, in the same way I talk about women with all the makeup and the filters, and some of you niggas got filters on your photos too, but all the additionals, you know what I'm saying, instead of just being natural. I like natural women. That's the thing. I've mentioned that time and time again. I like natural, real, long look. I'd rather you be natural than out there caked up looking like an Instagram model. That's just how I feel. The same thing with these people who are deceiving. And maybe in their heart, they truly feel that they're this way. That's fine. That's cool. Whatever. But that doesn't give you the right to sit here and say, I'm this and I'm that, and not, you know, want to identify or explain. Because I remember someone shared a story that they said they almost got duped because I guess the particular individual had all kind of surgeries and all kind of stuff and was really looking like a woman. And probably wouldn't have said anything had, you know, the individual not been informed. And I don't think that's right. Because then you're fucking with somebody, period, point blank. Like, I want a biological woman. I don't want a surgically made woman, you know. And the thing about that is it's very unfortunate because people think it's okay. Oh, you don't have to say nothing. You can go change your birth certificate. You can go do all this other stuff. We're allowing people to dupe each other. And then we wonder why people get upset when these things happen and react in a very either violent way or they do something drastic. Because you have people who are out there, they're playing tricks. They're out there playing games with your humanity, really. You know, if you have a certain belief in a certain way, and let me see, is it still tripping? And somebody else is toying with that because they may feel whatever that their rights are more important than yours. It's still not working? Okay, let me see what's going on. It said it might take up to 5 minutes to get right. Let me see what we got going on here. Yeah, she didn't put a full block on the line. Ain't nobody getting it. If she can't call, nobody can call. Let's see. Alright. Oh, you know what? Let me see something. What just had any impact on it too? It's terrible, terrible. If it ain't one thing, it's another with this damn line. It's connected. This should be connected. Everything is saved. Okay. Oh, that's good. Gucci. There we go. That's funny, man. I was in here getting my little jump rope on the other day and I was jamming that shit. That's fucking funny, man. It's funny to be. I find it. I find it amusing. Look, as long as you don't pull up on nobody in Vegas, we good. That would be terrible. Terrible outcomes for everybody involved. All right. Let's try this again. All right. I don't know if it's acting up still or not. I know it said it might take a few minutes to get right. Okay, so I see it coming through on the phone. Why is it not coming through on here? What is the issue? Let's boot it up one more time. Let's see. All right. Let's see. You might have to try one more again on here, and we'll see what's shaking. See, that's what it is. It's that damn thing. I see, I wasn't getting no fucking messages. And that's fucking bullshit. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know why the line is tripping, but if it'll get to working, it'll get to working. If not, because I see somebody calling, but I have it through the phone, but it ain't on the whatchamacallit. All right, so you say, if I'm with trans people, they want to change the normalcy of society. So all these asshole activists aren't even trans. Yeah, man, that's the thing I don't understand too. People who try to fight for other people's rights, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, respect others and all that, but when you try to tell somebody when you try to tell somebody who may not necessarily agree with everything that's going on, how to treat somebody that you're not even a part of, I just find that a little odd. I find it a little odd, and I find the behavior a little peculiar. So it is what it is, though. But my thing is this. Again, because what happens is, I get you're homophobe, you're a trans. I'm not. Look, I'll fight that nigga, Craig, CC, whatever. I ain't afraid of nothing. If he wants to smoke, we can catch a square. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tripping. But nah. But no, what I'm saying though, honestly though, is yes, the SJW guy, the SJW. Sometimes I forget what to call them motherfuckers. Extremely odd. And yes, I am. I'm embracing the toxicity. Like I say, what was that shit? The cartoon back in the day, Toxic Crusaders. I'm bringing that shit back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm bringing back. Toxic Crusaders, but it's gonna have a completely different meaning. You know what I'm saying? 335. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Actually, looking the only one I said, I'm just waiting for us not to have to hear about the shit day after day that bombarded me. Yeah, and that's the thing. For such a small percentage of the population, why does it seem like their rights are more important than anybody else's? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why this fucking line is tripping. But I'm sorry, it as great as you said when you roll that chair back. Right, look, I bought the chair. I was too fast. See, I'm under the weight limit now. They had like I was about 275 when I bought this bitch. I was like, okay, I'll slim down. I think I broke that hoe. You say, not being never phobia test. Yeah, and that's the problem, man. As soon as you say, yeah, look, you don't have to hear it, goddamn. As soon as you say, hey man, I don't necessarily agree with that. Oh, shame on you. I'm not out here, gay bashing. I'm not pulling up on the side and punching gays walking down the sidewalk and shit like they used to do back in the Gap truck. I told you I had an old school partner. They used to tell me about this. She was like, yeah, man. We used to go out there. We used to go riding, and we'd go out there we'd see them maybe on the sidewalk looking all crazy. We'd run up on them, hop out, beat their ass, and ride out. I was like, oh shit, don't do that. That should get you extra 10 just because of a hate crime. But but he was just talking about shit how it was back in the day. But I'm not advocating any of that. I feel like they should be able to live their lives the way they choose, but at the same time not being deceptive to other people, not forcing other people to subscribe to that. Because again, you got people who are out there who are Christian, and you can't force somebody to believe in Christianity. You got people who are Muslim. You can't force somebody to be a Muslim. You got atheists. You can't force somebody to be an atheist. I don't know. It's not a religion. It's more of a belief. You got PlayStation people. You can't force them to be Xbox people. Xbox people can't force them to be Nintendo people. You know, there's divisions in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, I'm telling you, I told a person the other day, I was arguing with some trans people about that situation that happened up in Dallas. And I'm like, look, man, honestly, I don't care. I'm not against her. First thing they did, they came and said, you're happy that she's dead. I honestly don't give a fuck. I honestly don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, people die every day, B. You know, but it was a follow-up to a story that happened, a story that I wanted to talk about. But it's unfortunate. It's truly sad that this has happened, but it's I think two separate incidents. I don't think they're connected. And obviously this person had to be doing, if you getting caught, if you got stomped down one day and then damn near a month later, a little less than a month later, you get killed, you gotta be doing something questionable. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you gotta be either in some places that are questionable, or you have some behaviors that are questionable, because this is not happening to every trans person out there. It's not, because you'd hear this story happen. You'd hear about this 1,000 times a day. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, when you identify, point blank period, if you're identifying solely by your sexual orientation or whatever it has to do with that, then you're lacking in other areas. If that's the best thing you have to put out on the table, you know, is either your sexual orientation, your race, your gender, or things that everybody fucking has, then you're lacking. If that's the best thing you got to, well, you know, it's just because I'm black, this is why everything's happening. If that's, you know, if that's all you got, then you got to step it up a notch. If it's because you're a woman and that's the only reason, you got to step it up. If it's because you're gay or transgender and that's what you got to promote your whole life by, you got to step it up a notch. You know, there's so many other issues that are going on, not solely because of your sex, gender, sexual orientation, and then because you can always disprove that, because there's so many people who are succeeding in spite of all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that matters. You want children to go buy one. That's what's going to be soon. Now people are doing the gene edited babies. Have you seen that? That's a thing. And I don't comprehend it, but it is what it is. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Let me see what we got going on here. This shit's going straight to voicemail or whatever. It's gotta be. I'm over testing myself. I want to know how this shit go. So I gotta keep tinkering with these settings. Because like I said, I like hearing how y'all feel. But yeah, so again, and I understand how certain groups feel. And they feel like, you know, their rights are getting minimized. Because here's the thing, nobody wants to give up anything. Nobody wants to give away money. Nobody wants to give away property. Nobody wants to give away rights. So I understand the pushback on a lot of these situations. And so what I mean by that is, for someone else to feel like they're adequate, I have to alter my belief system. I have to change how I operate. I have to, you know, learn a whole new set of rules, and I got to learn how to utilize these pronouns. I got to learn how to talk differently. I got to learn how to respond differently. I got to do all these other weird things because, you know, other people don't feel adequate. To be honest, I'm gonna chill on that. I'm cool on that one. I am I'm not gonna buy into that. I can't do it. Come on now, what is going on here? You get this 24/7. This that. All this stuff is good. That should be cool. Just a sec, I'm trying to figure out what the play is here. That's fucking funny as shit. Y'all don't know about Brian Gangster, man. That's the craziness. I don't know what's going on with this bitch. But yeah, and that's the thing. And that's the thing again, accuracy to beliefs. Like I say, oh buddy. Exactly. This nigga ran his freshman, sophomore, junior year as a dude, as Craig, right? Then he realized, damn, I ain't getting no awards. I can't come in first place. I can't do nothing. I guess I'm CC now. And now CC's world renowned. She's a national champion, competing in the nationals. But yet, if it was still Craig is not even a top 10 finisher. You know what I'm saying? Craig is not even top 10 in the, what is it called? The NE10, you know, that's what Division 2. So let's not even talk about as far as in the nation. Let's not even talk. He's not even, honestly, he's not, CC is not even the number one woman in the nation. It's like CC is still like number 3. You know what I mean? And then the thing that iced it all for me with this whole situation is this motherfucker got the most outstanding women's performer award. That is like on top of the defeat that these women have taken at the hands of this Craig CC, that's like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? That's a slap in the fucking face to these women. The women got to take a knee, man. Oh, deep throat. That's even worse. That's even worse. It's like, come on. Hold on. Look. Is this shit working? I may have to fucking, I may have to, because I see the calls coming, but it keeps saying they're hang up calls. Oh damn, there's been a bunch of calls coming. This motherfucker hung all these calls up. God damn. Okay, that one said missed. But I don't know if it's saying that because of being on the phone or what. Feel free to try to call back again. Let's see if this thing is working. Swapped up to dilly dally. That shit is just doing some other shit. It may actually be acting right now. Then again, it might not. When I think the shit is acting right, shit don't act right. But yeah, and so that's the thing. Like, you're not even a top tier. We need to be more tolerant. People can't tolerate their violence, and that's the thing, man. Like, I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where that comes from. And I agree. And here's my deal. Like, I tell women, and I've said it, and I think especially black women, because let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. When you see the transgenders, and again, yes, it's a significant number of them are black, which is questionable for us being such a small percentage of the population. It really makes you wonder what's going on there. But even those who are black, who do they emulate? Who do they emulate? They emulate black women. They're competing for the same things that women want. but yet you're advocating this. Then you complain, oh, there's not enough men. Well, that's kind of you're taking it from both ends there. You're taking it from both ends there because one, you're decreasing the male population since they identify as female, and then they're competing for the men that you supposedly want. Why is this shit still not fucking going through? This shit is pissing me the fuck off. This shit is pissing me the fuck off. Like, I can see it on the fucking phone, but this bitch is not coming through on the fucking deal. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna have to change some shit. I'm gonna have to change all the fucking audio up and do all this other shit. Give me just a second. Oh, man. I gotta do it though. I gotta hook up some wires and shit. I've been trying to avoid doing all this shit. We'll get it right. We'll get the calls going one way or another. I gotta unplug and do all this. I don't even remember which one going to which thing. I think the blue one going on the left. We're about to find out. I might not have to hook up the other mic. Let me see. Let's see how it works if I don't have to hook up the other mic. This is, I hate dealing with all this little extra stuff. Usually I only have to do this like when I have a guest on because the audios are different and shit, but let's see. Take this hot ass shit off. Put the little, put these hoes in. Actually, yeah, alright. Where's the other fucking cord? Oh, I hate that shit's in here. Oh, I got funny shaped ears, or if these hoes just don't last. Anytime I get these kind of little things, they probably do not stay in. Like they stay sliding out. This shit is fucking annoying as shit. Alright, we'll try to get, if y'all want to try calling in, we'll see what we got going here. I think this is the one. Please let this be the one. And just have to do it through the this way. No, I think this was too long. I don't know if this is it. Does this work? I got too many fucking cords, got too much shit going on. Oh, man, it's just everywhere. Why can't shit just work like it's supposed to? Goddamn. I know this bitch ain't even there. This fucking moves a bunch of shit around, and I don't know where the fuck that cord is. Y'all give me just a second. I'll be right back. Cause this is crazy. We gonna fuck with this shit, try this shit one more motherfucking time. God, I ain't wanna click on that shit. Get off of there. I do wanna click that. Alright. I'm talking all that shit, but then I had the fucking cord right there by me and shit. So, there's that. That should be kosher. we should be able to take calls on other. God damn, 22 fucking missed calls. That's the crazy shit. Like I said, I don't understand. Like one time, sometimes it should have worked. I guess I don't know. Like y'all can stop calling me at fucking 3 in the morning. You know, ain't nobody lying, and we won't have that problem. I won't be able to fuck up the timing on the shit, and we'll be Gucci. So. Cheeks take care of it. Should sound good. All right, we should be in action, man. We'll figure it out. It is what it is. If not, then we'll make it work. You said this weapon absolutely makes it seem like a huge amount of people want to. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, it does. It does bother me, yes, but it's not acting right. I get very annoyed because it should be operating smoothly, and then now when it gets all fucked up, it becomes bothersome. And I don't like having to do it through the fucking phone because I just don't. Because it requires me to have to hook up a bunch of extra shit that I'd rather not fucking deal with, because then it just causes more clutter and all that other stuff. So, yeah, there's that. The male population is turning over, and we're left with these less men to love us. Are we supposed to love them? Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to stop advocating that stuff, and that's what I'm saying. As women, again, like, if anything, instead of supporting the whole transgender belief, y'all should be more so supporting men. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Like y'all, not y'all, but I'm just classifying y'all in generally. It seems like women are more for trans rights than they are for men's rights. And don't y'all want men unless y'all finna start. And what is that? What would you call it? Since they're trans, if a woman dates a trans woman, is that a trans lesbian? Like what is that? How much weight am I? Last time I weighed, I was like 246. So from where I started at, that's like 23 pounds. About 23 pounds. So now we got a bunch of trans lesbianism going on, right? That's crazy. And that shit don't make any sense. So you would think you would advocate more for men, because again, now what you're doing is you're promoting competition, and there's nothing wrong with competition, I guess, if you want to be the best, but that's not generally what women want to do. If you feel like there's these glass ceilings and all this other stuff is impeding your rights, then why would you let somebody who is biologically, who you feel is the same as you, but stronger, right, come in and try to take everything that you worked for? They're coming in and taking everything that you worked for, and just stepping on your back to climb and take to the next level. Like I don't get it. I have no idea. It's a thing though. Let's see what we got. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening? I don't know if I can hear shit. Oh, well, I guess I should actually cut this up, huh? Hello. Alright, hold on. I might have to switch. I'm annoyed. I'm fucking super annoyed. Because I'm mad because I can't find that other cord. Let's see what we got going on here. I don't know. I can't hear it. Let me see. Let's see if this is a problem. Let's do some troubleshooting. And obviously, y'all can't hear it on that either, right? Hello, can you hear me? It's just super much. I can't hear barely shit. Let me see. That ain't it. Let me see if I got this backwards. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, I still can't hear nothing. Oh, I know what the fuck is. Man, I play as fuck up. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me twist this back. 'Cause I ain't even gonna tell y'all what I did. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what the fuck I did. Yeah, let me see. Okay. You can hear me now? Hello. All right, so maybe not be able to hear. God damn. If it ain't one thing, it's another. The audio ain't coming up this way either, so I don't think it's on this. Hello. Let me see now. Can you hear me now? Nope. Yeah, no, you can't hear shit. Fuck it. You have to hang it up. All right, we finna hit the reset button here. Cause I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed. Like it's yeah. Look, she didn't violate. She snuck in here. Look, she didn't. She done figured it out from the PO box. She done went and got all the right information. And I'm mad 'cause this bitch was just here. This was struggling up in this bitch, and now I can't find the main board. Fucking phone don't work. I got too many fucking notebooks. I don't want to use this shit. I want the fucking damn application to work like the fuck it's supposed to. And that bitch is not doing shit. Alright, hold on. We're going to go into the whole screen. All right, let's try this. We're gonna flip the script. So you know, this is why I hate fucking using the fucking phone, because I end up having to do all this other shit. So I found the right chord, and everything else should be copacetic as it should be. And then let's try this again. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in on the den line this morning or afternoon or whatever it is? Okay, I couldn't hear you. What did you say now?
It's AB. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. How about y'all in the chat? Can y'all hear in the chat? I don't know if y'all can hear or not. But can you hear me, AB?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, there we go. I fucking had to do all this extra shit, and I'm mad at the bitch. All right. Okay, let's go. Now, to do all the shit I ain't want to do, put all these cords on the goddamn desk and shit. See, I've been trying to stop smoking blacks. I'm about to go that after the stream, go fire me up a damn black. All right, what you got, though?
No, man, I just wanted to touch on one. I mean, it's kind of on line with the topic, but I always found it interesting, man, that when lesbian women portray themselves to be men, and they portray themselves to be a man that is like real hoodish, like with big boots, sagging pants. They're not dressed up like a debonair gentleman, as you will.
Yeah.
Like, so what is the mindset about what women think an actual man is? If they think, if I want to be a man to attract another woman, a woman will be attracted to this type of man. Is that interesting to you as far as that concept?
Why I've never thought about it like that. I've never thought about it like that. But you just like, I mean, I just had like an explosion of just mental. Why is it? Because we talk about what women want. We talked about that the other day, right? And so, if a woman, like you said, a woman is becoming a man, or what she's trying to act like a man, or whatever it is. Why is she picking that particular type of man? Because a woman's going to know what a woman wants. That's what you always hear from lesbians. Well, a woman knows what a woman wants. So then again, why do all the lesbians dress in this particular manner? Like you said, they don't ever dress like gentlemen. They don't ever dress like 007 or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's part of the thing. You know, they dress like the thug characters or whatever you want to call them, right? And so I think that kind of explains it as far as, the women's mentality. So yeah, I mean, I think you're onto something there. I've never thought about it like that though.
That's why I never listen to what the fuck they say, man. I watch what they do. Because what you do show me a lot about what you actually thinking. And so when I hear them say what they want, but they act differently, I can't believe your ass, because I believe you don't even know what the fuck you want, because you act differently. You say you're not and this is what also bothers me. When they say they are upset about a dude that's doing something wrong, but if you can just stop dating those type of dudes, you can date a whole different type of dude. You cannot give a fuck about that type of dude. Yeah. But you still say you're upset about it because you still are attracted to that type of dude. And you probably just don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? So I think the same thing is with these trans people. I think it's just easier for them to fuck with, as a woman, to fuck with another woman than to actually do something better for herself, to actually attract a top dude. Because she really can't attract the top dude or the dude that she wants because of whatever limitations she may have. So it may be easier just to fuck with another chick at that point.
Yeah.
And just be some kind of fucking low, what women would say a low level type of dude, right? So yeah. I don't know, man. The shit just got me confused. I try to understand they ass to try to see where they coming from, because I don't think that way mentally, so I don't understand it. But the more I look into it, the more confused I get. So I try to understand the shit, but I just get more. The rabbit hole just get real fucked up. The more deep and deep I get into it.
That's crazy. That's man. I'm astounded because I've never thought about that. I've never even just thought about that. I mean, you know, they always do, but man, you have enlightened me. And again, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to think about that. I'm just like,
you might have to do a whole new topic on it, so you get your thoughts together.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, you know, because I'm just thinking about all the lesbians I've seen. I've never seen one try to be, you know, GQ or nothing like that. It's always either, if they butch, they look like a lumberjack, or, you know, they dress like they black, they dress like some nigga from the hood somewhere. It's never like a suave type thing, man. Yes, I'm behoofed. But on some real shit, that's craziness, man. Damn, you can open up a can of worms, man. Damn. I'm fucked up. I'm just like, man, I'm fucked up. I don't even know where to go with this one, man.
But this is another thing though, because and we've probably discussed this already, man. But like I've had even those that are, let's say that they are lesbian or gay, whatever, they still find themselves attracted to men some way or somehow, in some fashion. So, but I've also had it to where they will be aggressive towards me in some way or fashion as well. We had one at my job hired, right? I didn't want to hire her. Yeah. My manager overruled me. I was like, look, I don't think she's gonna fit.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, no, we can't. She said, you just being, you homophobe, whatever. I'm like, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it at all. It's just that she can be gay all she wants to, but she seems aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think she's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And mark my fucking words, she was a motherfucking problem. And everything that I thought, she was overly aggressive, overly offended about every little thing, and everything was because she was gay.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like
the fallback.
Yeah, and it's like it is a written in excuse for anything that they have to be held accountable for. It's because you think I'm gay or you don't like gay people. No, motherfucker, I don't like fucked up people. And you fucked up. It don't matter if what you like to do in the bedroom. You just a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's tough. And you know, because it's unfair, too, because, you know, this is a thing that needs to be acknowledged. And I saw a little video the other day with this chick. She slapped the shit out of this other chick. Because why is it that it's okay? You know, women talk about, oh, my body, my choice, don't harass me, don't do this. Now, that applies when it's a man and a man that they don't like. But why is it free range for strange women to come up and grab other women? And that's okay. You know, like, that's not a thing. I see lesbians, they use that to their advantage. Like, they can get away with it because they're women. You know, like, there's not this inherent threat, you know, because if you, the statistics show, we did a show about it a while back, that lesbians, I think lesbians had the highest. No, it might have been bisexual had the highest, but it was bisexuals, then lesbians, then gay men, then straight relationships as far as terms of domestic violence. So the rates of domestic violence amongst lesbians, if we're just talking about lesbian, gay, and straight, not talking about just people identified by, they had the highest rate. So obviously it ain't no different. So, you know, we're talking about, oh, men, they're this and this. It's the same thing happening in the female couple of relationships. I mean, if it's happening, it's happening. Matter of fact, I just saw. What is it I just saw about a woman a woman beat the shit out of her partner because she washed her weed or some shit like that? It's something crazy. I saw it this morning and beat the shit out of her. Probably a couple little funky ass grams, but she was a lesbian, beat up her girlfriend because of the weed. Like, so it's not just a male thing. It's, like you said, these aggressive women, they do the same thing. I've seen them be overly aggressive in pursuit of these women, you know, at different times, like just like how we was talking about niggas the other day who grabbed the arm and stuff like that. I've seen them do all the same shit. So like, where is this double standard coming from? Because they do the same things, but it's acceptable because of what's between their legs, or it's not acceptable because of what's between our legs. To me, that doesn't make any sense.
It's one thing I don't do with women for myself is I don't compete with them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to compare myself to them as far as like what they allowed to do and get away with and do the double standard shit. Because it exists, double standards exist, but we move differently than they do, and they move different than we do. So there's certain benefits that we get. We get the benefits of being able to move around, have multiple sexual partners, and not be judged that way. But when they do it, you know what I'm saying, they are judged more. You know what I mean? So there are, you know, pros and cons to being, you know, one gender or the next. But when we try to equalize and try to beat each other, then shit start getting fucked up and confused.
Yeah. And
I really don't want a fucking woman that's been fucking everybody, bro. I really don't. And even if she was, I don't want her to be able to. Because I'll say like this: the way we are as far as men. I'm not saying all men, it's just some men. Not necessarily speaking of who of myself. I'm just saying, in particular, the male species. We have enough sperm in our bodies to make every woman on the planet pregnant.
Yeah.
Period. We can do that over the course of our lives. They can't. They can't have a baby for every man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they have to move differently than we do, and we do biologically move different than they do. So what? I don't want a woman that feels like she has to do that, because what happens is, for a woman that has more testosterone or having a lot more sex, or having sex as much as men will. And I'm jumping too far ahead, because I wanted to talk about polygamy, because polygamy is not new. You know what I'm saying? Polygamy has been in our history for thousands of years. So that means that there's more women for one man than it is the other way around. So when that is okay, it's okay for women to see men as a top man and have multiple women wanting him. But it's different for a man to see a woman in that same aspect, where she's allowing multiple men to be a part of her life. That no man I know is gonna be okay with a woman's like, hey, I'ma fuck with you, but you gotta allow me to have other boyfriends. And I don't know no man I know that's a man that's gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'm cool with that, and I'm gonna be monogamous to you and faithful to you while you fucking other dudes. No, I'm not that dude. And I don't know too many that I know that's gonna follow in line. But you do see that okay with women, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I believe that once we start getting back to where we are a male and we have male roles and we have male actual roles as far as in relationships, and women have to just respect that. Like, look, this is what men can get away with, and women, this is what women, because women can get away with lying on men about sex, and it didn't happen, and guess who the police will come after? That shit don't happen the other way around. Women can't lie. I mean, men can't lie on a woman and say that she raped me. A man is more responsible in the sexual exchange when it comes to either rape, you know what I'm saying, is involved. Look at Cardi B situation. Ain't nobody knocked on her door when she admittedly said that what she did to old dudes with the date rape shit. You know, had that been a man, I guarantee you he gonna be having to be answering some fucking questions, locked up somewhere.
Oh yeah, they're gonna file a whole investigation.
I think we got different. Yeah, exactly. I just think we have different roles, we have different responsibilities and agendas, and that's what women and men got to respect from each other. Stop trying to compete with each other and just be the best gender role you can be. You know what I'm saying? Own your nuts and your dick, and then you own your ovaries and your fallopian tubes.
You know what I'm saying? That's funny. The V, whoever that nigga was, he was cheating. That nigga talking about he got raped. He a married man getting raped at work. That nigga was cheating. Unless she, you know, we could talk about weight class. Like, I mean, it's tough. I mean, it depends. We use all these crazy terms for rape. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, I agree with you, man. It's just people got to embrace the gender roles, you know. But what it is people feel like, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side. Those people got an advantage. These people got an advantage. And really, what you see is men being men have no advantage. When you see, I was talking about that yesterday, when the females transition to men, they start seeing that, hey, all the advantages they had in life start disappearing because people don't treat them the same. They don't give them that favor, that courtesy that women automatically get, pulling out chairs and holding doors open. The men don't get that. Doesn't happen for men. You know, those little small things that you do to be polite to women that they take for granted, especially these days. That you don't get that. And so when they start realizing that people didn't care what they thought and all this other stuff, they start, you know, regretting their decision. Now, women who are women, you know, embrace that role. It's a beautiful thing. But then you have the men who try to go and take on the women's role, and that's a crazy thing because we're actually treating them like it. And that's the funny thing about it, is because even if you really look at it, it's like the women who are turning to men, it's like they're almost forgotten about, because the ones you always hear about are the men who turn to women. You know what I'm saying? That's the only stories you really hear about. Like, you don't hear about it going the other way, and I wonder why. That's something that might need to be investigated. But it's always when they're becoming women, then it's a big issue. This transgender woman was killed, and this all is this and the third. You know, I think there's some questions we have to ask. But that's very interesting.
I also like to see because what happens with the male and this is one thing that I got from Patrice O'Neal. I love that motherfucker. He's like a queen can't be a queen unless all the men is dead, or unless she's up under a man. Yeah. So there's a hierarchy and shit. So if there's a king, a king can marry a peasant off the street and she still become a queen. Mm-hmm. But a queen can't marry any dude and make him king.
Exactly.
So there's a reason why a woman has to follow up under a man. You can't have a woman mentality or have woman biology and have a man up under you and follow you, especially if he's some kind of alpha man. If you some kind of alpha male as far as how he moves, you know, and I think motherfuckers take alpha to be assholes, and that's not what the fuck it is. It's just certain things that a man that's in an alpha position, the way he handles his shit, he don't allow you to fucking make him effeminate. You can't disrespect him. You can't fucking just push him around and tell him what to do. I don't think women that say that they are men or if they feel like they are men, I don't see them being that way. I don't see them going in and say, if you're that fucking dominant as a woman, as far as like, I feel like I'm a man, you should be probably excelling as a woman. Like, you should be fucking doing great fucking things if that's how you act and move around. Because men that do that, they fucking excel and they make shit happen. They make shit pop. And I think if you was a woman and you have that mentality, you would be doing the same thing. But as a woman, I know it may be harder. It depends on what route you're doing and what you're trying to do. As far as like, what's that lady that drive cars, Danica Patrick?
Yeah.
I don't know how long it took for her to get to that position where she actually was like, oh, I'm gonna be the first fucking woman NASCAR driver and fucking excel at it. She's probably beating a whole lot of fucking men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to actually be in that position.
Yeah, she crashed a whole bunch of them motherfuckers too.
yeah, but I'm not into shit. I don't even know how. I just heard about it. I don't even watch that.
Yeah, I don't even think so. But that's the thing too, right there, though, because I don't even think she ever won anything. As far as when she made, like, I'm not knocking her accomplishment by making it to be the first woman, I think, in NASCAR, but I don't think she won shit. Like, every time I would see her, she would start a wreck or she would cause a wreck and then get mad and try to blame somebody else for what happened. Like, honestly, like, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. Like, she would always, like, she'd end up wrecking out of the race and then blaming somebody else why the wreck happened. But generally, they would go back and show that how it was her fault or how she was driving kind of fucked up or doing whatever. And again, with a sport like racing, you would think that the playing field is even, right? Because it's the machine's doing the majority of the work. Now, it's hot and you're going to be tired and shit because it's hot as fucking them cars, but it's not like a biological difference. That's more of a mental game to me. And, you know, she still didn't really win anything in that bitch. So it's, I don't know, that's tough. I know I'm going off track with that.
Yeah. No, you just brought it up to me again when Lisa Leslie, like, dunked the ball one time, and all of a sudden she was the best basketball player ever. Like, like, shit. Y'all see I do is dunk one time, and she ain't really just smashing. It was like she barely made it over the rim. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, I think they get a little bit more hype for doing shit that men do, but they're being the only one to be able to do certain things in their gender makes them seem a little bit more special. But look at the ratings for the WNBA right now and tell me if it's really successful as far as what they're being able to do. I think that they're not able to do certain things, and it's not a slight against you as a woman. It's just that you just can't do the certain things that you may think you can do on the man level. That's just the only thing about it. And I think, like I said, we worry about people's feelings too much, man. Yeah. Fuck your feelings, man. Look, you can't do the shit. That's just what it is.
That's
and with shit that we can't do that y'all do. And we understand that. And like, look, I don't even fucking want to do that. I don't want to have no baby, bro. I don't want to know how that feels for 9 months and more. And because they deal with shit after the pregnancy too. So it's like, I don't even want to know that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be called simple-minded versus being in tune with all my emotional and body functions the way women have to do.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to have to deal with that, but I don't know. Like I said, my mindset is totally different from whoever feels like they're a woman as a man, and vice versa. So I can't really expertly speak on the shit. But like I was telling you earlier, it's kind of weird when I see when they say they are this certain gender, they go into one of the worst. What we are told are the worst type of men. They go and act like that type of man. It's very weird to me. But I'm gonna get off the line. Hopefully, everybody else want to talk. I'll get off the line.
All right, man. I appreciate the call there, AB.
No problem.
All right, here is the deal. Just leave that on. I forgot it's coming through the same line. I was saying, here's the deal, though. I'm gonna have to cut a little bit short because the carpet cleaner is coming, and of course it would be all this time, and it's just one of them days where everything is all fucked up. So I got to go move some stuff around so they got access to clean some stuff up. So I'm gonna have to cut a little bit short, but we will be live at 10 tonight on time. I'm gonna be dropping some other content here throughout the day, so stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody who stuck through all the technical difficulties. Hopefully we'll have everything ready by tonight. I'm gonna have to dilly-dally and fool with some shit to make sure everything is in order. But I hope y'all enjoyed as much as you could, and we'll get back to it. Like I say. But if you hadn't caught the video I just dropped before this, the trans track trouble, I'd like to know your thoughts on that, your comments on that. So go and check that out. And then there's a video I've linked to in that video where you hear Craig, CC, whatever the name is, speak on how they feel as a transgender. And I'm debating, but we might discuss that tonight, because I think that's what AB brought up about just sexual orientation. I mean, that's a very interesting conversation. I think we might talk about that tonight. That might be tonight's conversation, talking about sexual orientation and why they emulate certain things. But I'm gonna make some calls, handle that Vegas business here today too, because I've been slacking. I've been actually not slacking, but just been busy, and I hadn't wanted to allocate myself some time to sit down and make a few calls. And so after I get all this stuff moved, I'm gonna get on that. Then I'm gonna drop some videos here later on, so we can have all the appropriate information that we need for that to get going and really start moving forward. Because I know this time is of the essence. But with that being said, man, I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. If you want to, well, make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow the Den Show on all the proper socials. Den Show Live at everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even at Gmail. Den Show Live at Gmail if you want to send an email. If you want to consider donating to the channel, one-time donation, go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. You have several methods, credit card, PayPal, I believe. And if you want to go to consider a monthly pledge, go to patreon.com/The Den Show. There's several reward tiers for depending on the amount that you choose to pledge each month. And like I said, we'll be doing some other things. I'll be posting some stuff on there for the Patreon supporters, some behind the scenes things, and getting your opinions on some things. So I appreciate all of you. With that being said, it is an honor. It is a privilege to get to chop it up with you guys day and night. So again, I'm Ed Honcho. This is the best conversation on the internet, The Den, social commentary from a realistic perspective. Again, I apologize for the abrupt stream, but like I said, I just got the message while I was talking to AB, but he brought up some good points that I want to expand upon tonight. So we're probably going to have that conversation tonight. So hey, y'all be prepared. We'll be on time. But with that being said, hey, y'all ain't got to go home, but I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Oh, now the screen froze up on me. I can't even exit out. Ain't that a bit? If it ain't one thing, y'all, it's a motherfucking nothing. I'm telling you, you can't fucking win. The shit just don't want to act right for your boy. It just, I don't even know. I don't even know. I ain't even got nothing to say. I don't even know. I'm done, son. It's just, it's craziness. There we go. Jack, it's just a lot of tomfoolery happening. You know, it's just one of them days. The morning streams, they want to cooperate. Fuck it. We gonna make it shake one way or the other.